I wasn't aware that we needed a full Monty for 2024. Members Club is a movie we're about to talk about, a movie from Marc, Coleman, who you may remember made Manfish a couple of years back. It was played at the Romford Film Festival, played loads of places. It's an absolutely brilliant film. Great prosthetics by Steve Braun. We will come back to that in a second. But yeah, Members Club, starring Dean Kilbey and a whole host of other people that you know and you love and you can't wait for me to talk about. But first of all, my name is Kevin Howell and this is Nerdly Out Loud, the official channel of nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British home for all your news, reviews and exclusive interviews. I like to cover everything from the big budget to the low budget to the no budget, with a special keen interest on the lower end of the scale. That's where my heart lives and it's where it lies. And while this movie is pretty low budget, it does feel like it's got a decent budget, and we're going to get into all that in a second. But again, please do hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ding that notification bell. If you hit the notification bell, it will tell you whenever I drop an episode. Instead of me just throwing it at you, it'll let you know whenever I've dropped something. That's not a poop reference, that is a video reference. I drop videos, not poops, although I have dropped a poop. I don't know where this is going. Manfish was cool as shit. Let's see what Members Club's like. I was not expecting this. This was, I mean, I'd seen the trailer, so I kind of knew what I was getting into, but this was nuts. So let's talk about it. So there's this group of guys, middle-aged men, kind of coming to the end of whatever peak they might have in their lives. And they're in a stripper group called Wet Dreams. Best name for a stripper group ever. But they get told that, you know what, Wet Dreams, the company, it's all going to be closing down. Their boss, Dino, tells them that it's kind of closing down, it's coming to an end, and he's going to be selling off the company. And that's when Dean Kilbey's character of Alan, he's kind of like, no, I'll take it over, I can do this, I can get us jobs, we can crack on, we can keep going the way we go. So he gets given a chance to do that, and then he is contacted by this weird, mysterious person to come and do one last gig at a men's club and do their thing there. So they think, awesome, £800 a piece, let's go do it. They get there, and that's when the whole thing kicks off, and the movie becomes what it actually is. And what it actually is a group of middle-aged men who strip for a living, trying to escape from a witch from the 18th century or the 1800s or something like that. There's a lot of other little bits and pieces going on. There's people who are basically pulling their winkies off. One of the gentleman's daughters gets involved somehow. An ancient witch comes in. A guy gets a bit of 2x4 rammed up his ass. That's pretty cool. And Peter Andre turns up at one point, which I was not expecting, although I guess I did expect it because it's like in the trailer and it's on the poster. But yeah, Peter Andre turns up and turns out isn't terrible. And there's a pineapple hedgehog thing with the voice of Bricktop. So yeah, make of that what you will. We may as well just get into the cast and crew. I don't want to talk too much more about the plot. I don't want to get into any spoilers. I may have thrown a few here and there, but hopefully they're so like off the wall and different that you'll not understand what I mean. But yeah, let's talk about the cast and crew because that's where this movie really comes alive. And let's start with the guys who gave me Wet Dreams. No, the guys who are in Wet Dreams and they gave me them. No, start with Alan, Dean Kilbey. Dean Kilbey's always great. I'm a big fan of Dean Kilbey. And if you've seen low-budget independent movies in the UK, you have seen Dean Kilbey's face. He's been in pretty much everything. He was even in an episode of Boiling Point. I'm a big Phil Barantini fan, so seeing him in Boiling Point was cool. And then the Netflix show Supercell that I recently watched that I loved, he was in that as well. He did like a bit part in that movie. So I love seeing Dean Kilbey. And is he the greatest actor in the world ever? No, and I don't think he's going to mind me saying that. But he's great at what he does, and he knows what he does and does it well. That's really all you can ask for from an actor. Just as long as they know their bag, they know their niche, and they play to their strengths. Dean 100% plays to his strength. Great British legend Perry Benson is in this movie as Neil. I just love seeing Perry Benson in movies. Perry Benson is one of those actors that it really doesn't matter where he shows up. You're going to recognize him straight away. You're going to love everything he does while he's on screen. And it doesn't matter how mad it gets, because it gets mad, it's going to be great. You're going to love it. So another couple of absolute British legends. We've got Marc Monero, who was in like about 100 and odd episodes of EastEnders back in the day. I believe he played Steve, he was called. You know him from that. He was in like loads and loads of episodes. He's awesome. We absolutely love him. Liam Noble is in there, which is a face you'll probably recognize. And we also have Steve Oram in there. There's another face that you're going to recognize. As I said, Bricktop plays the voice of a pineapple and cheese hedgehog thing, which is a voice that as soon as it starts talking, you know exactly who that is. And Peter Andre as Adonis. He comes in with this really smooth accent, and we kind of love him straight away. That's not the accent he's doing whatsoever. I just went somewhere completely different with that. But yeah, he turns up as Adonis, and he's pretty great. Another guy, David Schaal. I'm a big fan of David Schaal. I've seen him in loads of different things, always popping up in British movies and TV shows. And he's one of those ones that, like, as soon as you see him, you know him. And he gets, I don't really want to spoil anything, but that's the dude that gets the plank up his ass. And yeah, kind of deserves it, if you know what I mean. So what I didn't like, and one of the things that I really liked is this is a massive step up for Marc Coleman. Manfish is a great movie. Everyone loved it. It really was. Like, they really hit all the vibes that they were supposed to hit and they were trying to hit. But with this movie, you've got something a little bit extra. I think it's really vibrant. It feels really kind of like 80s/90s. I love that. The soundtrack's really good. And by the way, when you get another level, like, tonight, baby, I wanna get freaky with you. That was terrible. But when you get that song in your movie, I'm going to say that I don't think this movie had the biggest budget ever, but they actually have a scene where two guys, the Kebab twins or whatever they call themselves, the Kebab duo, as soon as that song hits, it slaps in this movie. And it just takes it to another little level that, again, Marc Coleman, leveling up. When we see him make movies, he levels up. And then, of course, there's the prosthetics. Manfish had that great costume, like the great Manfish head that we all know and love, made by Steve Braun from Mind Magic Studios. I absolutely love this guy's work. I interviewed him a little while back at the Romford Film Festival. We did like this whole live thing where we showed some of his masks and everything. And in this movie, he does the prosthetics for the witch. And it looks badass. It looks sick. Like, I wouldn't want to go near that, but it looks so good. And that's what I love about when you get these practical effects. Because, yeah, we can do aging and de-aging and all this kind of thing, and it's all fantastic. But when it's an actual physical, practical effect that you can see, and when they touch it, you can feel the touching of it, and there is some horrific some horrific touching in this movie. You get to feel it, you get to see it, you get to know it, and it's awesome. So that's just another thing that I really loved about this flick. Members Club is a special movie. Now, do I think it's going to go massive? It's going to go into the stratosphere. Everyone in the whole entire world is going to rush out to see it. I don't know. I probably not, because the sad thing about movies like this is that they often just don't really go as far as you would love them to. I would love to push this movie to the high heavens and make sure everybody sees it. Unfortunately, I'm one man, and I will tell the people I know, I will tell the people that watch this video, I will tell you all to watch it, because genuinely, there's a gem here. There's an absolute gem. So I'm saying, sit down Christmas Day with your gran, your nan, your granddad, mom, dad, brother, sister, everyone. Sit down on Christmas Day. I don't know why Christmas Day. That's not the time to watch this. But any day like that, sit down and watch this, and I think you're going to love it. Its Members Club is brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to get into my final Nerdly Out Loud rating, which I think is pretty obvious what it's going to be. And that is, I'm just going to slap a 5 out of 5 on this film. I think Marc Coleman as a director is hitting his stride. I think he's really leveling up, and really that's all you can ask for. That's the most you can ask for from a director, is that they level up, they level up, they level up. And with this movie, it's a step up. I think the prosthetics are great. I think the music great. I think the cinematography is excellent, much better than you kind of would expect maybe from this kind of movie. I'm going to give Members Club a 5 out of 5. That might be a bit too high when people get to see it and they'll be like, I can't believe you gave that a 5 out of 5. But you know what? This is my video, this is my review, this is my channel. So 5 out of 5. And if you disagree, hit me in the comments below, and then I'm going to hit you with 5 of the best. That was cringe. Please do come back and watch more videos on this channel. They're all in the playlist down below. I've got loads and loads of more reviews to come, interviews incoming, everything like that. Go over to nerdly.co.uk, our website. Check out all the reviews over there. No doubt somebody over there has reviewed Members Club and they will give you their perspective. But honestly, it's my perspective you want and need. So yeah, you've got that now. It's a great film. Check it out. Please do support not just all cinema, but especially independent cinema. Those lower budget movies that need to be seen, they need to be heard. Please do make sure you push this out and let people know about Members Club. If you haven't seen Manfish, go back and watch Manfish, because my God, that's a watch. Do that and thank me later. I will be back very soon. My name is Kevin Howland. But yes, Members Club starring Dean Kilbey and a whole host of great British talent.